start with Michael. Michael says, I managed to rank one of my appliance repair GBPs on first position for non-location focused keywords like appliance repair, refrigerator repair, etc. So he's talking about keywords without the city or location modifier. But I have no idea how I managed that before. What conscious steps can I do to make that happen to other GPPs and other locations as well? Well, the biggest thing for that is where, like, a lot of that has to do with proximity. Like, for example, what I found is you, the way that I've always ranked for the just the general keywords is it will rank when it's immediate area. Like it's more like the proximity type thing. If the let's put it this way, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. Like if you're actually if the Google business profile is physically located in a suburb of a city, right? But the suburb has its own kind of name, but it's a suburb of the city, then it should rank for the general keywords in its immediate local area where it's physically located. That's where it should rank for that. Now, with the keyword plus location modifier for the adjacent city, that it might not rank as well for that. And that's what most people are going to try to build the relevance into the pages, et cetera, to help it to rank the map profile, the Google business profile, to rank for the search query plus the location modifier for the adjacent city. Does that make sense? Because it's not physically located in that city. Like, even if it's very, very close in proximity, it's not physically located there. So you have to try to manipulate that by optimizing for that city name. But generally, you should be able to now rank for your Google business profile where it's physically located without having to do much other than on-page optimization for the Google business profile and standard optimization for the website. But it's more about building kind of the authority to the Google business profile or relevance to the Google business profile. And it should rank for the keyword without the location modifier in its immediate area, because that's how Google business profiles work now. By the way, like I always try to preface this, guys, there's nothing as absolute in SEO. There are always outliers, always anomalies, algorithmic anomalies, as I call it. So this is not gospel or law, but the vast majority of the times now what I see is that most Google business profiles are going to rank for in their immediate local area for the keywords without location modifiers and the keyword plus near me. But then trying to optimize for keyword plus location modifier, so that's the city name, that's where, again, a lot of the times is where the business is trying to push the Google map into an area where it doesn't actually, it's not physically located, but it wants to push into that area. That's typically where we see it. So that's why I try to treat all Google business profiles now as hyper local. In other words, I always tell all of my clients now, like, look, you should be dominating your immediate local area first. I understand that it might be in a suburb outside of the city where most people are going to be searching for in the city. I get it, but it's very difficult to rank for that until you're already ranking in your immediate local area first. So I always recommend optimizing and ranking in your immediate local area first. And then once you've kind of got that and you're in the top 3 across a fairly large area for your immediate local area, so that's keyword and keyword near me without the location modifier, then you can start to optimize to try to push expansion into the areas that you desire to be more, if that makes sense. So again, if it just comes down to basic proximity or physical location is incredibly important, but then also, just optimizing the standard optimization procedures, right? SOP for that you would normally do. And then you can rank better in your immediate local area. And then you can start to append and optimize for keyword plus location modifier for the surrounding areas, et cetera. That's kind of the way that I do things anyway. So it used to be that, I'm sure you guys are aware, we used to be able to push into adjacent areas, or sometimes you could have a Google business profile way over here, but have it rank in a city that's like, there's 2 municipalities in between, and you used to be able to manipulate that. It's not saying it cannot be done now, but it's much, much harder now. So again, I always recommend just focusing on your immediate local area first, and then you can always try to push into other areas as well. Hopefully that's clear. Most of that has to do with the actual physical location of the business too. Okay. By the way, guys, keep this in mind. If you've got a service area business and you have an unpublished street address, but you've defined your service area in Google Profile Manager, meaning you've told Google this is your service area. What Google does is if you define your service area, and then you go look at the Google Business Map, right? It's an unpublished street address, and Google will show like the kind of dotted line of the area that you just defined as the service area. So when you use at least Bright Local, I don't know about the other local search grid reporting apps or tools, but with Bright Local, when you submit a service area business for the local search grid reporting, it's going to automatically center the middle of the grid over what it thinks is the center of the defined service area, according to that kind of red dotted outline that shows the service area that you defined in Google Business Profile. So why I'm telling you that is because that often is going to put the local search grid, the center of the local search grid, not actually where the Google Business Profile was physically registered to, right? So it's going to skew the data. And I see that all the time with link building clients that submit service area business projects. And so I've had to train my report generator, Zyra, to go like, that's why I require from my clients their physical address, even if it's an unpublished street address. I require that for reporting because I need to know where we have to manually move the center of the local search grid, right? So the center of that grid needs to be positioned immediately over top where the physical location of the Google Business Profile was registered, because that's how it works now. Again, there are anomalies, there are outliers, there are sometimes where I have to eat those words because for whatever reason, it's the profile is ranking, but not where it's physically located, but somewhere else. And that could be it's an older Google Business Profile that built all of the signals into that other area, and it's just basically grandfathered, et cetera. But with newer profiles or profiles that have not been optimized and don't already have a very significant presence somewhere, we always want to show the local search grid rankings where the Google Business Profile is physically registered to, if that makes sense. So we always have to move it. So again, I don't know about other reporting apps, but with Bright Local, it's always going to position the center of the grid where it thinks the middle of the service area is. And so we always have to manually move that map to position over the physical location of the Google Business Profile. And then that shows better, more relevant results. Hopefully that's clear. Anyway.